Hey everybody! Welcome in, and it's been a while since I've done a video. I've done two today, and both times I filmed half the video, took a break for a second, and then stopped the video. And now I got to refilm it, and I'm just feeling like a bit of an idiot. So let's go. Okay, so this video is called The Season Suspended. I wrote another poem. That's the name of it. It's about the suspension. And it also leads into there's a new idea for maybe how to get the playoffs going. A little bit different. And it might be very important to Habs fans. So I'm going to talk about it at the end of the poem because the poem is kind of going to leave off where I need to talk about it, and I'll let you know what I know and what's been floated out there, and that's all right here at Talking Habs, the home of Habs hockey, where everything is dedicated to the Habs and all things hockey. And if you're a Habs fan like me that wants to see Habs videos, head down there, subscribe, ring that notifications bell, and that's going to get you your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge right here at Talking Habs. Okay, so also, while you're on the way down there to do that, give a thumbs up if you like the video and leave any comments about the video, you might not like it, you might like it. You want to talk about the situation that we're going through here, leave comments in the comment section, and I will definitely get to that. Okay, so this is called The Season Suspended. The season suspended. What can we do? All because of the COVID-19 flu. No games will be played. No goals will be scored. Everyone sitting at home being bored. Our teams are all idle. No practices run. All hockey devotees not having fun. Our fantasy pools are on hold and waiting. There's only so much time you can be masturbating. Only 5 days have passed as of this writing, and already my fingernails are gone from the biting. This happened so quickly, it caught me off guard. Switching to off season content, I'm finding it hard. But I'm working on new things that'll come out soon, I'd say, maybe tomorrow or later today. A few days off to get up to speed was something that I really did need. Now we wait with great anticipation as half the country is in self isolation. In 14 days' time, if all is still fine, they'll get back to work, give us a timeline. So we wait and we hope that we find something new and exciting to occupy our time. Watching movies and TV has been okay, but nothing replaces my Canadians play. I think I meant watching my Canadians play. I hope everyone takes this to heart and that everyone does their part so it'll be quicker to get hockey back and get everyone's lives back on track. So I sit here and track what goes on in the news. So I know what's going on with this COVID-19 flu. All the panicked shoppers clearing the shelves. Do they need all that toilet paper for themselves? Can you leave some for us too? It's not only your family that needs to poo. Everyone should be able to get what they need instead of finding empty shelves because of your greed. Okay, enough of this crap. No pun intended. Let's get back to the point of which I intended. When can the Habs get back out to skate? Can they finish the season before it's too late? I doubt that the rest of the season gets finished, and the importance of playoffs should not be diminished. A way to play playoffs, a way that is fair for all of the teams that might have been there. A playoff format with 24 seeds might just be what the NHL needs. This idea sounds great. The question is how. Here's what I know. Let's talk about it now. Okay, so here's what I know. This has been floated. I saw it from Darren Drager that he's heard talk of this from, I guess, from management of the teams of the governor's meeting. I don't know wherever they're talking about stuff that's going on. Maybe from Bettman's office, but he's at least a reliable source, and I think there's some makes sense. And the hockey guy put out a video about this, and I think it makes a lot of sense. So there's some of the stuff that he talked about in this video. I don't need anybody, please don't message me saying that, well, the hockey guy covered this. Yes, that's where I'm getting some of this from. And it makes a lot of sense to me, and I thought I'd bring it to you guys, and it might make a lot of sense to you guys too. So they're talking about having a 24 team playoff tournament, which means it would be 6 teams from each division. They're talking about the top 2 teams in each division having a bye in the first round. And the first round would either be a best of 3, which would mean 2 out of 3 elimination round, or just 1 elimination game. And they could possibly start as late as the end of May. This is kind of what's up. So the latest recommendations of no gatherings of over 50 people or more for the next 8 weeks. That's what they're talking about, for the next 8 weeks, which means you're looking at possibly May by the time, and maybe even into May by the time they're able to get a mini training camp in and get started again. So you got to figure there's no time for to finish the regular season. Most teams were around 69 games, which would mean, there's like 12, 13 games to play for most teams, and that's too many games to play and get playoffs in. So they're talking about just that, having these 24 teams. The first 2 teams would have a bye, and the other 4 teams I think would go like if they would be like a 3 against 6 and 4 against 5, just like they do in the playoffs now. Don't they do that kind of thing? Or they used to do that in the playoffs anyways, like 1-16, 2-15. That's how it used to be. I don't think we were 16 teams then, but top team, last team, second place team, second to last place team. So when you finished near the bottom in the playoffs, it was tough to get through, Okay, enough of that. So they need probably a 1-week training camp to get back into shape when they come back. And the teams will be a lot healthier again. 8 weeks down the road, you got to figure for our team, Thomas Tatar would be back. Shea Weber's ankle would feel a lot better and probably be fully healed. Jonathan Drouin, who apparently was very close to returning, would be back, and hopefully with a nice strong wrist, and that's not anything to do with that second stanza of my poem. And I think he was out with a lower body injury the second time anyway, so it was nothing to do with his wrist. But we'd have everybody back and healthy. It would give the team a chance to win if it was 1 game. I mean, anybody can win 1 game. And a 2 out of 3 series is doable, especially against who we'd probably line up with. And I'll get to that. Another thing I would want to touch on, and this is, I think, particularly from the Hockey Guys video. If you can't have more than 50 people in an arena or a gathering, then you can play the games without fans around. And if you're going to be doing that, there's no home ice advantage anymore, right? So if you're playing without fans in the stands, the home ice advantage is because you're playing in your home rink with your fans. That's the advantage. So that's gone. So there's no need to have the games played in the individual arenas and fly back and forth and blah, 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 and have so many arenas open. And there's no need for that. So you can have the games being played in 2 to 4 arenas, like maybe 4 arenas for the first round, and then down to 2 arenas, and you have multiple games in a day. And I think it works. Look, Saturdays, they have multiple games, right? 3 games a day. So you do that. That's your regular thing, 3 games a day. And you make it work, and you get the games in. And so you need, there's less traveling, because if you're not having to travel back and forth, you're staying in one arena. There's no traveling. That keeps players safer, keeps everybody safer. And I think that's the point of it all, right? So I think that might be what happens. Kind of makes sense to me. If in 8 weeks we come out of it and everything's fine and we can have the gatherings again and all that's good, then they go back to playing it regularly. But I still think that they're going to have this playoffs only. It's not going to be finishing the regular season. So I think that's out. If that's the way they go, Montreal makes it in as the 24th team and also as the 6th place team in the Atlantic Division. And they would probably play Florida. So Florida, that would be in either a 1-game elimination or a 3-game series. And I think with Florida, that considering the last game against Florida, we played them pretty well, beat them and played them well. I think that Montreal can have a good chance here against Florida if that's the case. So if this is the format that they go with, and by no means am I saying this is the format they're going with, but if it is, that would be pretty good for Montreal. Now, for me, the like to the con side of this is that right now Montreal is in 24th place, which means they have the 8th pick overall in the next draft. And this could jeopardize that pick in that if Montreal gets into this playoff format and they actually win the series, the first series, and maybe even a second series, it changes their position for the draft. And that's what worries me. So I really would like them to get a top 10 draft pick. And if they get into the playoffs, I would like to see them win the playoffs. So if they're not going to win a Stanley Cup, I kind of hope they don't win the first round of the playoffs. But no, I would hope they do. So this is it's a dilemma. But this is what I've heard. This is the first format of how they might do the playoffs that I've heard about. And I'm sure they're working on others. And this might not be how it happens, but this is what I heard, and I thought I'd bring it to you and we could talk about it. So I guess that's it. I'll be doing a live stream later tonight. So if you want to talk about this then we can do that. If you're watching the video after the day that this was put out, then we can talk about it in another live stream that I'm going to be doing. So thanks everybody for watching. That's the video. Thumbs up if you like it. If you want to see more videos like this because you're a Habs fan and you want to get your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge, head down there, subscribe, ring that notifications bell. That's going to get you that daily fix. And any comments you may have about the video, about the poem, about the playoff format, about anything you want in the comment section. And I do read them. And once again, thanks everybody for watching and peace out. I got it right and I hadn't clicked myself out too early. Bye, everybody.